So if you like this idea, then let me know. And also let me know whether you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly. I'd like to make sure that you can hear me and see me clearly. So please do let me know, okay? And we're ready to start. So just checking if you can hear me and see me, okay? I'm going to assume that you can hear me and see me right now, and that we are chatting here, okay? Yeah, I'm getting your messages, all clear. Okay, so today we start a new topic, the anatomy of experience navigating reality through centers of awareness. I always suggest that you go back to some of the things I've said before, and if you do, then you'll see that everything is coming to you basically sequentially. You can watch this tape independently, but if you go back to the series, everything from everyday mortality, the path to love, dealing with existential anxiety, the mystery of death, then you'll see that we are slowly progressing to a new paradigm of how we can consciously construct what can be called our experience of everyday reality. So when I say experience of everyday reality, exactly those words, experience of everyday reality, because fundamental reality is not the experience of reality, but that which allows for the experience of everyday reality. So once again, fundamental reality is not the everyday experience of reality. The everyday experience of reality is constructed by fundamental reality. The everyday experience of reality is constructed by fundamental reality. So if that is clear, then we can actually go very deep today and start with that. So before we call anything by name, before we call this a statue, a book, a hand, a body, it is an experience. So we cannot name an object unless we first have an experience of object, correct? We cannot name an object unless we first have the experience of an object. In fact, we cannot name anything unless we have an experience of that. So space is an experience, correct? Time is an experience. Gravity is an experience. That which we call matter, material substance, physical matter, is an experience first before we can give it the human construct, matter. Before we call something information, the resolution of uncertainty, it's an experience. Aha, so that's what it means. Before we can call something energy, it's an experience. Before we can call something a thought, it's an experience. Before we can call something an image, it's an experience. Before we can call something a color, shape, form, it's an experience. Before we can call something a sound, it's an experience. So everything starts with experience. Experience is the first modality of knowing. Okay. First modality of knowing. And in the wisdom traditions of the world, how we navigate the reality of experience is symbolically represented through something called the chakra system. Chakra, C-H-A-K-R-A, K-R-A. Chakra means a wheel. And in this particular case, we are referring to these wheels, these chakras, as wheels of awareness. Wheels of awareness. Fascinating. Okay. So, what is a wheel of awareness? A wheel of awareness takes infinite awareness and modulates it into states of awareness that have to do with a particular theme, a particular story, a particular motif, a particular idea, a particular karmic pattern, a particular aspiration, a particular desire, a particular imagination, etc., etc. So, wheels of awareness are junction points between the infinite pure consciousness, that is the immeasurable potential of all that was, all that is, all that will be. But through these wheels of awareness, you might think of these chakras or wheels of awareness as windows through which the infinite being or infinite consciousness or infinite awareness modifies itself into symbols of experience. I'll repeat that. Symbols of experience. Symbols of experience. Your body is a symbolic representation of your mind's experiences. Your body is a symbolic representation of your conditioned mind, your ego mind's experiences. Your mind is a symbolic representation as thoughts and emotions and feelings of the experience that gives us the ecosystem of relationship. Remember, the mind, as defined by several people, but Dan Siegel, is an embodied and relational process that regulates the flow of energy and information in an ecosystem of relationships. So anything you name is a symbolic representation of experience. And the chakras, the wheels of awareness, are basically the junction points of themes, stories, karmic patterns, of expression of you as infinite being, as infinite consciousness, having an experience. Life is a continuum of experiences. So every quality that we attribute to the world is a reflection of a state of awareness or of being. So being, infinite being, is fluctuating as states of being, as states of awareness, which we can call qualia. Qualia means qualities of awareness. And these shifting qualia states that are incessant, that are ceaseless, that are ephemeral, that are evanescent, that are transient, that are ungraspable, that flash in and out as snapshots of experience that we call qualia. The qualia that are around certain themes, motifs, stories, and karmic patterns that exist in every living being. And now we're talking about human beings, not human bodies, not human minds, not human doings, but human beings. So human beings express themselves as experience of the subject, experience of the object, experience that we can call mental, but all of this is symbolic representation of you as infinite consciousness. The mind is you as modified consciousness, the body is you as modified consciousness, the world is you as modified consciousness. And in humans, we invoke the chakra system to actually navigate the map of experience, navigate the map of reality. So let's start today with what is referred to as the first chakra, or the Muladhara chakra. Muladhara chakra. So now, every time I say chakra, think center of awareness. Every time I say chakra, in your mind, think center of awareness. Or maybe you can just think chakra if it means the same thing to you. Chakra is a good word, wheel of awareness. Okay. There is the wheel of awareness, which means everything you can be aware of, and that which makes it possible to be aware of everything. So chakra, like a wheel, like the wheel of a chariot. The rim of the wheel is all the things we can be aware of. And the center of the wheel is awareness itself. That's Buddha's wheel of awareness, recently very well expressed in the writings of Dan Siegel. So you can look him up, and he has a meditation on the wheel of awareness. I'll do a little meditation at the end to exemplify just what I'm talking of today, but we'll do a little meditation as well. Okay, centers of awareness. The first center of awareness, and I'll also try and put a diagram here of the centers of awareness, or one of you can do it when you do the transcripts. That will help everyone. But these diagrams are available on the internet, and so they're very colorful. They explain everything, but I'm going to get slightly different spin today as the center of awareness that creates the experience of everyday reality. And there are many of these, and we'll explore all of these. Today we start with the first, the Muladhara center, root chakra. So, what does the first chakra represent in terms of awareness, in terms of symbolic representations of experience? The first chakra represents the element earth. The most solid thing that you can experience is matter. So the earth represents all matter, particulate matter. Okay. So once again, earth or particulate matter. Sorry, clearing my throat. Need to drink some more water, but all I have is coffee. Get some water. So this is liquid element, but it has particulate matter in it, coffee beans and all of that. Okay. So first chakra represents matter. Okay. Earth element. How do we experience the first chakra? Fundamental experience. Smell. Smell. That's the subtle sense that embodies all other senses. Okay, so smell is directly linked to particulate matter, the earth element. It's the final expression of consciousness as something called solid. Solid is a feeling, is an experience, is a sensation, hardness, softness, angularity, all that is a sensation. Now we reify it and say that's an object, but actually on the level of experience, it's a sensation, solidity. But smell encompasses all other experiences, and you'll see as I further explain this, smell encompasses other experiences like form, like color, like shape, like and smell and sensation and color and form and even thought are entangled, and the final expression is the experience of smell and the interpretation of the experience of smell. So if I'm walking on the street and somebody is smoking 20 feet away and I can smell the smoke, that's because particulate matter in the smoker's exhalation, in the smoker's breath, is actually entering my body. Particulate matter from the smoker's breath is entering my body, otherwise I wouldn't be able to smoke. So right now we're talking about social distancing, social physical, this COVID-19, and everyone's saying 6 feet, which makes sense for droplets of water, but actually droplets of particulate matter extend beyond 6 feet. Just the fact that you can smell somebody's smoke and breath from far away, means that actually particulate matter dilutes itself, and the experience of it is smell. And so smell is informed by all the other experiences. Smell is informed by taste, by sight, by sensation, and ultimately by thought, feelings, images. All that is informed finally in the experience smell. Now, as we go deeper and go into non-local experiences, you'll see you can smell a situation far away. You can smell, metaphorically speaking, danger. People say that, I smell danger. I smell joy. I came into this room and the atmosphere was vibrating with tension, anxiety, with joy, with celebration. Smell is the metaphor for earthy experiences, solid, particulate, material experiences, which in fact are just experiences. They are reifications or modified expressions of perceptual activity, and the experience that we call smell is informed by every other perception. Taste, sight, sensation, texture, angularity, hardness, softness, thought, feeling, emotion, images, past history of interpretations, all these inform what you're smelling right now. So you can say, smells like coffee. Okay. So once again, the root chakra element is earth. The bij mantra for that sound, anchoring sound, the mantra. Mantra means instrument of the mind that takes you beyond the mind. Okay? Instrument of the mind that takes you beyond the mind. So the mantra in this case is lam. Lam. You can say it loudly, you can say it mentally. Lam. Lam. The Jnanendra, which means the sense is smell, both the subtle smell and the actual smell. Smells like coffee. Close my eyes. I wonder what my wife is smelling upstairs as she's cooking breakfast. Put my attention on that. And if I know how to navigate and go beyond the narrow band of perceptual activity that I take for reality, I can smell what's happening in the kitchen upstairs, psychically speaking, metaphorically speaking. But every experience is a metaphor to begin with. Okay? So there's subtle smell and there's what we call gross smell. You know, the smell that you're experiencing right now. Okay, so now we move on to what are the associations of this chakra, the associations obviously, are being grounded. We say earth, being grounded, being connected to solidity, being connected to the body, being connected to the physical world. So this chakra also embodies our experiences and relationships to our ancestors and their physical bodies and the information that they pass on to us through modified physical codes that we call DNA and epigenetic activity, etc. So from this first chakra is also the sense of security, of survival, of basic fundamental needs like shelter, like food, like where you live and the housing, the needs of the physical body, and also the strength of the bones and muscles. Now, when we do yoga, by the way, the asanas, the yogasanas, and yoga asana simply means seat of awareness. The yoga asanas that support the first chakra are standing and balancing poses. Any pose where the body has a lot of contact with the ground, with earth, with solid matter. So now what does the first chakra therefore metaphorically represent? And by the way, it's usually represented as the color red, the mantra Lam. The visual expression is in the form of reddish Muladhara wheel of awareness. So Lam is the mantra. The color is red. Think of it as maybe a little lotus flower colored red with the mantra Lam at the base of the spine. And it embodies security, it embodies safety, it embodies shelter, it embodies connection to the physical forms of ancestors, relatives, and other people. It embodies strength, it embodies being grounded, it embodies a joyful, energetic body, all in one motif or theme. And today, that is security, safety, shelter, survival, being grounded, stable. Stable doesn't mean you can't be flexible or resilient or flow like a liquid or like the air or be free as unbounded space. Those are all modalities or modified forms of experience called qualia. And all existence is awareness ceaselessly modifying itself as qualia. But these qualias enter the experience of everyday reality through centers of awareness, which we're calling chakras. Now, if you want, we can do a short, very short meditation to get some idea of what cultivating and nurturing this experience could be. So, shall we do that meditation? Shall we do that meditation? And what I'm getting from you is you'd like to. Okay, so wherever you are, sit comfortably with your feet firmly planted in the ground. Do not cross your feet. Keep your hands open on your lap, and keep your eyes half open. Let yourself have the awareness that we are all engulfed in the same space. Scientists call this space cyberspace, but actually it's the space of awareness in which we're all engulfed right now, and it's infinite, and it pervades what we ordinarily call space-time, the fabric of space-time. But the space I'm talking about is even beyond that. It's the space of awareness that precedes even cyberspace. But have the idea that we are all engulfed in the same space of awareness, soft eyes, no focus, etc. Okay, relax. Take a few deep breaths. By the way, always breathe through the nose, always breathe with the abdomen, always. If you breathe through the nose and you breathe with the abdomen, you'll cut your breathing rate from the normal to 14 to about 8 or 10. The air will be purified before it enters your lungs. Germs will be attacked by immune cells just by being in the nose. The air will be moistened. It will circulate through your sinuses. Nitrous oxide will be added. Oxygenation will improve. Antibodies will enter. Actually, even in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, nobody's talking about this, but we should. Breathe only through the nose. Even with the mask, breathe only through the nose. Breathe deeply and breathe slowly. Imagine that you're oxygenating and introducing nitrous oxide into your circulation just by breathing through the nose slowly and circulating the air through the sinuses before it goes into the lungs. You will decrease your chances of inflammation. You will decrease your chances of getting easily infected. You will minimize at least to the extent that you can inflammation. You will maximize oxygenation. So I got a little distracted. Okay, breathe through the nose. Breathe slowly. Breathe with the abdomen, and you will increase your stamina, your strength, your oxygenation, your ability to fight infections, decrease inflammation, and modulate the immune system. Okay, back to our meditation. Engulfed in cyberspace, so the space of Chitakash, the infinite space of consciousness. Soft eyes, breathing through the nose, slowly and deeply. Let's do that. And now bring your awareness to the first chakra, the root chakra, the base of the, like a wheel, the base of the spine. Keep your eyes open, keep breathing deeply, slowly, through the nose. Awareness in the root chakra, spine. Now introduce the color red into the root chakra. And then mentally, or even loudly, but mentally ultimately, anything you do on the side of the unmanifest is more powerful than the side of the manifest. So mentally, root chakra, color red. Mentally pronounce Lam, 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 Lam. Let that sound vibrate in the root chakra, the first chakra, color red. And now relax into your body. And for today, let's introduce this intention. I'm grounded. I'm connected to all forms through the experience of smell, the sound Lam, the color red, and the memory of stability, which is also flexible, flowing, transformative, ultimately going into the direction of the source. And all you have to do today is anytime you get even a slight degree of stress, you don't have to close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the first chakra. Introduce the mantra Lam. the color red. Feel grounded, solid, earthy, and look at the world as physical, as material, knowing that it is not physical, knowing that it is not material, knowing therefore that physical reality is subject to revision. Once again, physical reality is subject to revision. And as we move through these centers of awareness, we'll see how we refine it and keep refining it till we get to the source. Okay? Ground yourself. First chakra, color red, Lam. Smell. Think of an earthy smell, like the smell of grass or the smell of earth after a rainfall. Or use a smell. If you use a smell or think of a smell and the mantra and the color and the feeling of groundedness, you have cultivated the first chakra for safety, survival, groundedness, stability, but at the same time, knowing that all is subject to revision. So stability is informed by flexibility, is informed by coherence, is informed by all the elements preceding it: space, fire, water, air, the ultimate infinite void. All of that informs what we ultimately experience as earth. Nam. Thank you, and we shall continue this if you enjoy it, only if you enjoy it. Meena Khanna says, Hope says, body transforms into Buddha. Yes, that's where we're going then. The Buddha body, the Dakini body, the infinite formless body. And we're getting there, slowly but surely. So thank you for today. I'll be back tomorrow.